They always called me the ghost silent, tolerated unseen. At every reunion, I poured their wine, took their coats, never once asked how I was, but when Iris died, and the will landed in my lap, their stares turned venomous. Veronica's glass slipped, Randall's face drained. Eva actually whispered, "Is this a joke?" No, it was the truth. For once, I wasn't invisible. I was the heir. Subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Back in high school, when I brought home a coding trophy, Randall scoffed. "Try winning something real," he said. Tossing it aside, Eva laughed, recording it on her phone. I fled to Iris's. She made cocoa, handed me her vintage chessboard. "Outhinching them, not outshot them," she said. We played 3 rounds, I won none. Still, she clapped. "You're learning." That chessboard stayed on her coffee table for years. It became our thing, quiet defiance. In black and white, on my college graduation day, I sent photos to the family group chat. No replies, not even a thumbs up. Iris, though, called at sunset. "Did they see your cap?" she asked. I nodded through tears. "You don't need their applause. You earned it." She mailed me her emerald brooch that week. "Wear it when you need armor." Her note read, "I never took it off during investor meetings." That brooch gleamed through rejection, like she was watching. The morning after Iris's funeral, I arrived at the lawyer's office alone. Randall barked into his Bluetooth, complaining about traffic. Veronica wore designer black and scrolled through real estate listings. Eva Leaf streamed the entryway for her followers. I sat quietly, fingering Iris' brooch. Malcolm, the attorney, nodded at me but ignored the others. That flicker of respect felt foreign. Something was coming. I wasn't ready, but Iris had clearly been. The war for her legacy had begun. Veronica demanded tea. Eva asked if the staff was late. Randall nudged me. "You look nervous. Afraid Iris forgot you." I stared ahead. Brooch clenched. Malcolm opened the folder. His eyes met mine. "She didn't forget anyone." The will's cover page had Iris' handwriting, "To whom it matters most." Randall laughed. "Probably Eva." Eva posed, but Veronica's eyes narrowed. Something in that folder scared her. I shifted in my chair, suddenly more alert than ever before. "Malcolm, read the first clause. The house, company shares, and personal assets all to me." Eva dropped her phone. Randall muttered, "This is rigged." Veronica stood, face flushing. "This isn't what she told me." Malcolm held up a video file. Iris, frail but clear-eyed, speaking directly to those who saw me only as a wallet. "You get what you gave." Eva whimpered. Randall fumed. I sat frozen, brooch glowing under the fluorescent lights. Justice sounded like Iris's voice. Outside the office, Veronica cornered me. "You manipulated her, fed her lies." Her breath smelled of chardonnay. "You'll burn for this." Eva sobbed on the curb. Live Street paused. Randall kicked a trash can, muttering legal threats. I didn't flinch. Malcolm slipped me a sealed envelope. "She asked you to read this in private." Back home, I opened it to chess notation, scrawled in Iris' hand, "Knight to FF, you're winning. Don't stop now." My hands trembled. The family stormed back with a lawyer, claiming coercion and mental instability. They filed a lawsuit. I stood in court, the brooch pinned firm. The judge watched the video twice. Eva cried. Veronica seethed. Randall looked away. I read Iris' letter aloud, her handwriting, her voice. Their faces cracked. I wasn't defending a will, I was defending her truth. And finally, mine. The courtroom echoed with silence, heavier than any gavel. Randall's lawyer attacked my credibility, called me ungrateful, unstable. I didn't answer. Instead, I handed over the business contracts Iris had signed, each time stamped, notarized. The courtroom screen flickered with security footage. Iris, laughing, sharp as ever, outlining her legacy. I met Randall's glare. He blinked first. Even Ava's sobs stilled. Veronica stood like marble. I felt Iris beside me. This wasn't revenge, it was restoration. Her final checkmate was playing out precisely as planned. Veronica broke first. She was confused. She shouted. "She loved us." The judge didn't flinch. "This video says otherwise." Eva whispered to Randall, trembling. He ignored her. The courtroom turned colder. I thought I'd feel triumphant, but my stomach twisted. This was family broken, bitter, burning. I looked at the brooch. Iris had loved them too. She just didn't trust them. And now, neither could I. The victory stung sharper than their betrayals ever had. The ruling came swift. The will stood firm. "Assets mine. Claims denied." Outside, reporters swarmed. Eva ducked behind her purse. Randall shoved microphones. Veronica sneered, whispering, "You'll die alone." I didn't respond, just held the chessboard Iris had left me. Reporters snapped photos. Iris had always said, "Make your move when they're still gasping." I walked away without a word, let them wonder what came next. I wasn't playing their game anymore. I was done. Back at Iris's house, I sat in her chair, the chessboard between us. Empty now, but full of her presence. The brooch lay beside a photo of us, me mid-laugh, her mid-move. I didn't feel victorious. I felt hollow, like I'd inherited silence. But then I remembered her laugh, her stubborn warmth. I poured tea into her favorite mug. "We won," I said aloud. And for once, the silence felt less lonely. It felt earned. A week later, I found a flash drive taped under Iris' desk, labeled simply Knight's Gambit. I plugged it in. Dozens of video clips, spanning years. Veronica berating Iris, Randall scheming deals, Eva faking charity drives, date-stamped clear audio. Iris hadn't just left a will, she left a case study, a legacy of truth. Each clip closed with her looking straight at the camera. "This is for Quinn. He'll know what to do." My breath hitched. The local paper ran the footage. A friend at Iris' church leaked it. The public backlash was brutal. Sponsors dropped Eva. Randall's restaurant saw protests. Veronica lost a court appointment. Each clip ended with Iris's voice. "Integrity isn't inherited, it's earned." People I never met emailed thanks. One woman wrote, "My grandma left me nothing, but your story gave me peace." I realized Iris hadn't just protected me. She'd planted a message and it was growing. Eva showed up at the gate. No cameras, no makeup, just her. "I was awful," she said, eyes rimmed red. "But I never thought she'd cut us off." I let her in. Over tea, she sobbed about pressure, image, loneliness. I didn't forgive her, not yet. But I listened. Iris would have wanted that. "The chessboard sat between us. Your move," I said quietly. She nodded, fingers brushing a pawn. Maybe this was the real inheritance, chance to rewrite. Randall tried to sue again, citing emotional damage, but Iris had even prepared for that. Her emails dated, firm stated her choices clearly. His lawyer withdrew, the case collapsed. I didn't gloat, I didn't need to. That night, I hosted dinner for Iris' Bridge Club. We laughed, we toasted her, and afterward, I read the latest hate comment online and deleted it. That wasn't me anymore. Iris had just handed me power, she's taught me how to wield it. Veronica vanished from social circles. Rumor said she moved south, changed her name. But one day, I got a package, no return address, inside Iris' favorite scarf, and a note, "You were always the best of us, I just couldn't see it." No signature, just V. I held the scarf, remembering Iris twirling it at every holiday. Forgiveness didn't come easily, but recognition, that was a start. I placed the scarf beside the brooch, two symbols, one truth. The mansion felt different, less like a battleground, more like home. I opened Iris' study to the neighborhood, turning it into a reading room. Children flipped through books where estate plans once sat. Ava donated her old-fashioned books, even Randall sent a check anonymous. But I knew the handwriting. I didn't frame it, just used it to buy more chessboards. Iris had built a fortress of values. Now, it was a haven. The legacy wasn't wealth, it was clarity. An old friend of Iris stopped by one day. "She always believed in you," he said, handing me a dusty notebook. Inside, sketches of a nonprofit, her dream project. Notes in the margins, "Quinn can build this." I stared at the plans, overwhelmed. She hadn't just trusted me to inherit, she expected me to create. That night, I outlined the foundation. Knight's Gambit, I named it. A place for overlooked kids, for second chances, for silent legacies to speak. The opening ceremony of Knight's Gambit drew a small crowd, neighbors. Kids, some reporters. Ava stood beside me, helping serve cookies. The plaque read, "In honor of Iris Patterson, strategist, nerder, visionary." A child tugged my sleeve, holding a chess piece. "Can you teach me?" I smiled. I had a great teacher. Behind me, Iris's portrait beamed fierce and warm. The air felt right, not perfect, but right. Her gambit had worked. She'd protected me, and I'd honored her. Late one evening, I found Iris' voice on voicemail, an old birthday message. "You're my favorite surprise," she said. I hadn't heard it in years. Hearing her now, after all the dust settled, cracked something open. I saved the audio, stitched it into the nonprofit's welcome video. "Every visitor hears her first." Ava wept when she heard it. She really knew us, she whispered. I nodded, and she gave us a chance to finally know ourselves. Months passed. Knight's Gambit thrived. One day, a reporter asked, "Do you think Iris knew this would happen?" I looked at the brooch, now framed beside the chessboard. She didn't hope, she planned. The article went viral. Messages flooded in, people sharing stories of overlooked legacies. Invisible efforts. The nonprofit grew overnight. I realized this wasn't about proving myself anymore. It was about amplifying voices like mine. Like Iris, we were no longer whispers, we were thunder. A middle schooler at Knight's Gambit handed me a handmade bracelet. "It's armor," she said. "Like your pin." I blinked. "How did you know?" She shrugged. "Everyone talks about it, you wear her like a shield." I laughed, heart-catching. That night, I placed the bracelet beside the brooch. Armor comes in many forms, words, love, memory. Iris had armed me well, and now I was passing it on. One kid, one story, one game at a time. During a city gala, I was asked to speak. Ava joined me, confidently quiet in a recycled gown. "You two redefined legacy," the host said. I shared Iris' story, her will, her faith in truth. Ava spoke of humility, of seeing beyond filters. The crowd stood not for us but for the idea that legacy isn't inheritance, it's influence. Later, Ava whispered, "She'd be proud." I squeezed her hand. She already was, she just wanted us to earn it. One morning, Randall left a voicemail, raspy, broken. I was wrong, all of it. "I don't expect anything, just wanted you to know." I saved it, but never replied. Iris wouldn't have, not yet. But I did forward him our nonprofit's financial literacy guide. No message. Just a link, that was enough. He'd been taught wealth without worth. I was taught the opposite. And now maybe, we were finally speaking the same language, one step, one truth at a time. Knight's Gambit earned city recognition, an award Iris would have hated. "Too much fuss," she used to say. I wore the brooch anyway, hidden under my lapel. After the ceremony, a stranger approached. "I was Iris' nurse, she never stopped talking about you." She handed me a photo of us in her garden, laughing. I'd never seen it. "She made me promise to give you this someday." I framed it in the reading room. Some stories bloom long after the ending. At our annual chess night, Ava beat me clean. She grinned. No gloating. "She'd love this," she whispered. The room buzzed with laughter, cookie crumbs, and checkmates. Later, I walked the halls alone. Touching framed letters, photos, memories. Every piece spoke of Iris, not her money but her message, truth, tenacity, trust. This wasn't the end of her story. It was just the best chapter yet. And I, once the ghost, was now the narrator. The story was finally mine. On Iris' birthday, we lit a candle in the mansion's reading room. Dozens gathered, kids, donors, neighbors. Each shared a lesson she's inspired, even if they've never met her. Ava read aloud from Iris' journals. I closed with her favorite quote, "If they don't see you avenging them." We laughed, cried, clapped, and as the night ended, someone played her voicemail one more time. "You're my favorite surprise." The room went quiet. Even gone, she still moved us. In the quiet of Iris' study, I often sit with her chessboard. I'm not looking for moves now, just memories. That brooch, the scarf, the bracelet, they've become relics of love, not armor. I don't feel the need to prove myself anymore. I just am, and that, Iris would say, is the real win. No applause needed, just peace, and maybe a cookie or two. Sometimes I wonder if Iris knew just how much she was shaping. Her faith wasn't blind, it was deliberate. She saw the world not as it was, but as it could be, if someone brave enough stepped forward. I'm still learning to be that person, but each kid at Knight's Gambit, each game played feels like another step, another yes, another echo of her trust. Iris' photo rests on my desk now. I used to stare at it for answers, now I just smile. She gave me more than an inheritance, she gave me a compass, and I finally trust it. Every decision feels rooted, not reactionary, and when doubt creeps in, I hear her voice authenticing them, and I do, not to prove I'm right, but to stay true. Knight's Gambit expanded 2 new centers across the city. Iris' vision keeps blooming. Ava now teaches workshops on media literacy. Randall sponsors anonymously. And Veronica, still silent, but that silence no longer stings. It just is. I've learned some endings don't come with closure, just distance, and that's okay. Some stories don't need apologies, just forward motion. At the latest fundraiser, a donor asked, "What made you start all this?" I pointed to Iris' portrait. She believed when no one else did. That's the legacy I carry, not wealth, not power, but belief in others, in change, in second chances. And as I watched the girl checkmate her older brother, I knew Iris would have laughed loudly. On the anniversary of Iris' passing, I wore the brooch, not for armor but for memory. Ava brought cookies, Randall sent flowers. No signatures, just gestures. Maybe healing isn't loud. Maybe it's slow, quiet, persistent, like a chess game won over hours. Or a love story told through legacy. I smiled, whispering, "We're okay, Iris," and I finally believed it. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe to check out more stories on my channel.